Why does the eye on the left look so much worse than the one on the right? If you said it's because it's rushed, you're wrong. The difference comes down to line weight. Look at the right eye. It has depth, contrast, and dimension. It doesn't just sit flat on the page, it pops. That's the magic of using thicker to thinner, darker to lighter lines. Let's break it down and see how this simple technique can make your drawings come alive. Take a shoebox, for example. Right now it's flat, right? All the lines are the same thickness. But the moment I start adjusting the line weight, everything changes. Look under the lid. The shadow is stronger here, so I'll thicken the lines. This makes the lid feel like it's actually hanging over the rest of the box. Now the box doesn't feel like a simple shape anymore. It feels three-dimensional. Now let's go to the bottom edges. These areas are closest to the ground, so I'll make those lines darker and thicker because they're in shadow. The contrast between the thick bottom lines and the thin top edges gives the box weight. This is where the line tapering effect comes in. If the light's coming from the top left, the bottom right corner should have the thickest lines. The lines taper down as they move toward the light, creating depth. Still with me? Let's take it a step further. Grab any random shape, anything that pops to mind. Not just a simple circle, but something more interesting. Now think about where the shadows fall, along the bottom or on folds if your shape bends in. Thicken those lines. If the shape folds inwards, like paper or a box, the lines in those folds will need to be thicker. The more the fold tucks in, the more pronounced the weight gets. Play around with this and watch how quickly your shape goes from flat to solid. But we're not done yet. Let's jump into a more complex example, Batman. I'm using one of the quick Batman sketch tutorials from my page as a base. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's a great way to sketch Batman fast. Right now the sketch is clean, but flat. To add depth, I'll focus on areas where shadows naturally occur, like under his chin, around his eyes, and along his chest. These places are where the darkest shadows fall, so I'll thicken the lines to make these areas feel recessed. The areas where light hits, like the top of his head and his shoulders, will have thinner lines to make them feel lighter. Another great example is the folds in his cape. If you notice where the fabric folds inwards, the lines will get thicker to show the depth. And as the fold tapers out, the lines will become thinner. This creates that tapered effect, giving the fabric a realistic flow and movement. And when it comes to his shirt and other small details, notice how the wrinkles on his shirt are much thinner compared to the strong, bold lines around his bat symbol or his outline. The thinner lines in the wrinkles help keep them subtle, not drawing too much attention, but still adding texture. Meanwhile, the bold lines around the bat symbol and his outline serve to pronounce the main features of the image. These contrasting line weights give the design balance, making certain elements stand out while keeping others more understated and natural. Remember, this is all without drawing shadows. Line weight alone can create depth and dimension. The more pronounced the line weight, the more cartoonish it feels, while the less pronounced it is, the more realistic it looks. It's all about finding the right balance for your style. Now that you have mastered the basics of line weight, try adding more dimension into your drawings using dynamic poses. Applying your skills of line weight to these poses will absolutely level up your art.